Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we're gonna be doing the promised flight. We're gonna be keep heading west in the US, flying out of Teterboro, New York State, and basically New York. uh, oh, that was a nice shot of the lightning there, by the fire, by the smoke there, by the stack there, with Chamonix. Uh, all the way to Chicago Executive Airport. We have a little bit of a few issues with this flight. The first one is the runway at Chicago Executive. The runways, the the runway is the bare minimum that we need for landing. So we are carrying the bare minimum fuel that we need. We need to be arriving Chicago with 1,000 pounds left of fuel, or else we're gonna be we might be in trouble landing at the runway there. We have to use runway 16 or 34. We have no other choice. All the other two runways are just too short for us. If you're not familiar, runway 1634 is 5,001 feet, and we can even take a look real quick. And that will be the bare, like, we need 4,900 roughly. So yeah, there's absolutely no way you can use any one of the other runways, and I hope the calculations, the fuel calculations go well on both ways. One, we burn what we are expecting that we're gonna be burned, no more or no less. So both cases will be a nightmare. Of course, if we burn more, then we calculate as much worse than if we burn less, because if we burn less and we are too heavy, we're just gonna go to our alternate, which is gonna be Chicago Midway. The weather is good, so we can pick and choose around Chicago whatever we want to use. But if we burn more than we were expecting, then we're in trouble. We're not even gonna make it to Chicago. So let's get going. There's lots to be done. We still have to program the flight plan. There's lots of waypoints. We might do our cheat of deleting some waypoints. There's ATC online, so I don't know. We'll see. The problem is ATC directs us to go to a waypoint, and we don't have. It's kind of a pain to real quickly delete the rest of the what's behind the flight plan and add the. Anyways, you guys will see. It's hard to do a direct to and not screw up. Well, it's not hard, but it's not as easy as just pushing direct to and having the waypoint in the flight plan. Anyway, let's get going. Since we have this open, well, there's ATC, so we're gonna take off whatever runway they want us in here in New York. That's Chicago. This is New York. Hopefully we will get runway 06. I'm pretty sure we can ask for it. I don't think there's a lot of traffic here, even though there's a backtrack here for runway 16. We are roughly here. If I'm not mistaken, we are somewhere around here. Oh yeah, there's Charlie over there. We can see in the gap there, just on top of the plate, the diagram. We can see Charlie there. Oh, actually, it's in between the two Learjets there. So we should be around here. So Golf is right in front of us. Runway 06 will be a little bit easier, just more convenient, I should say, just because we're gonna be going northwest. So if we take off 06, we take off, turn left, and proceed on course. We'll see what ATC is gonna say. All the seeds are vectored seeds, so I don't know. He probably will give us a seed, but still we're gonna be all vectored. There's just a little bit of departure, if you see, and then they are all vectored. Oh, this is a obstacle clearance. So as you can see, they are all vector seeds. So there's not much he will have to. Hopefully he'll just say, okay, runway heading and turn left from runway 06. Let's hope for that. We can of course always ask. And I don't think New York is too busy right now. I'm not too sure. We are not tuned in yet. So we'll figure out. But yeah, so that's that. Okay, let's get going. Like I said, there's lots of waypoints, as you can see here, to be let me see if I can yeah, so you can see, oh no, you can't anymore. So you can see here there's a bunch of waypoints that we have to add. Yeah, so we might cheat a little bit. Oh, we'll see. Anyway, so let's get going. By the way, there's a new version of SimToolkitPro, so we have to keep an eye and make sure everything's working. And they enabled got the live map running. I don't know what's going on. It wasn't running when I turned it on, so we'll figure this out while we are on cruise. I'm not gonna deal with this right now. I don't wanna delay the departure, especially since once we are on cruise, we're fine. This should take us roughly an hour. Winds are bad, really bad. Winds aloft. So unfortunately, it will take a little bit longer than it should take us. It's gonna take around an hour and 50 minutes from New York to Chicago, which is quite a little bit for the distance that we will be flying, which is roughly 650 miles. Okay, let's get going. Only things that I've done is I filled up the plane. That's all. 5.1 we're carrying. We should be using 4.1. So yeah, let's hope we actually use 4.1, because we definitely can only afford to have 1,000 pounds left in the tanks. Yeah. So let's get going here, from left to right as usual, and we'll stop on the GPS real quick. Speeds 126, 132. Right away. No time to waste. This is close enough for 126, 132. There we go. Okay. We're gonna have VOR. We're gonna set the VOR. Oh, actually, let's put ADF so it stops twitching like that. ADF. Like I said, we are hoping for runway 06. We're gonna set up for runway 06, but we'll figure if we need to, we'll change after. So we want 65. There you go. Okay, this is all good. Altimeter setting, unfortunately I have to charge my phone, so the phone is not on right beside me here. I have to reach for it. Its altimeter setting here in New York right now is 2977. Always a good tip, if you don't know the altimeter setting, if you're somewhere that there's no meter, what you can do is, if you know the field elevation, you just set the elevation here. So in the case here is 8 feet, and so if we go to 2978 is 11, to 2977 is 2, so that's good. So you know the altimeter setting if you know the station the station elevation or the airport elevation. And that's a much easier information to find than altimeter setting if there's no meter or any kind of weather product at the airport. Okay, so that's that. Let's climb at 23,000. So we know that it's 8 here, so we're gonna use 1,010. There we go. So all this has been set. Gonna turn our inverters on and our radio master. Hopefully it'll stop twitching now. Yeah, you can set both to VOR. We're gonna get a squawk, so I'm not gonna bother resetting to 2000. It is showing OBS 065. That's what it's saying here. Yeah, looks good. No, we're not loading anything. We're doing our new flight plan. So let's zoom in and do our flight plan real quick. Before that, let's set up New York approach, just so we have an idea if there's if how busy it is around New York for JFK and LaGuardia. There you go. We're set. So we'll see. For the flight plan, real quick then. So we want. There's a message here from. Oh, I thought we were there already. Charlie Oscar. Alpha Tango. There you go. Then we're gonna go direct to like I would say like. There we go. Then we're gonna join the Quebec 436, and that's where our tricks are coming into play here. First point is Yankee Yost. Yost. Oh, Montjoli. Been there. Yost. Then we're gonna, that's heading at 300. Then we're gonna turn 298 to D-graph. We're still gonna add this one. There we go. Then 299 to Lima Hotel Yankee 45. Beautiful. Then we're gonna maintain 299 for 3 waypoints, then 298 for 1, for 2, and 297 for 1. So I don't know. To be honest, I'm all about going all the way down to the last one, 298, and call it call it good. We should be at flight level 340 by then, so it's not that we are on we are just departing, and he might direct send us instruct us to go direct to a point. If we're going direct to, it's going to be somewhere around here. So I'm up to the challenge and give it a shot to cut 4 or 5 waypoints from this. So let's do this. Fargan will be the last one then. If he instructs us direct to, we're gonna be on cruise. We'll have the autopilot on. It's not too bad. If we have to mess up, come on. If we have to mess up with the GPS and set up the new direct to. Okay, then we go to eCall or eCall. I always try to, when reading waypoints in real life too, to try to standardize and leave I as E and not as I, just because it's everywhere else in the world this is E, not I. So well, yeah, we try to I, E, and sounded more like a standard international sounded when you're using IK, or when you're doing something, working with something that it has a international standard, right? You don't want to Americanize. That's not the purpose, right? And since probably one of the few languages where this is an I sounds as I and this sounds as A, then that means that we should be using the other ones, right? Anyways, just a curiosity. And it works pretty well. ATC also usually uses the A and the E instead of I, but we'll see. We'll see how it's gonna be here in, this morning. Actually, this afternoon. Okay, next one, Jaja. Oh wow, that was it's a lot of J's and A's. Then Twigs. Bettis. Only one R. Flint VOR. Oh, see, that's why I don't like to say the name. You end up choosing trying to write the name. FNT. There you go. Then Dewitt. Haste. Pullman VR PMM. Fire. So that will be Foxtrot India. What is it? Foxtrot India Yankee Echo Romeo. There we go. Almost there. Northbrook VR OBK. And our Chicago executive, KPWK. There we go. Lots of waypoints. What we take from here, it all depends if you're gonna get a star or not. But what we want here is probably ILS 1089 on standby. So let's just activate so we can set another one. We probably have Teterboro 108.4 over there on nav2. So that's good, and 214 for the NDB. Where am I? Yeah, it's zooming so much that I'm lost. Other than that, just a quick look at the star here. Oh, the seed. Sorry. Yeah, it all depends on what he's gonna give us, but those should be enough even to fly the seeds if we get a seed. It doesn't look like he's too busy. I haven't heard him since we started here, so yeah. I completely forgot. I thought even that we were. Oh, I guess we are not connected. Oh, that's strange. We should be connected because we are on. Inverters, everything is on. Is it because of the battery? Oh, that's interesting. Okay, we leave battery on then. Oh, there you go.
Just a question, is this going to be where I actually put in the frequency in my COM 1 or just stick on this frequency?
No, you can actually put in the frequency.
Oh.
Very good, Ned.
There you go. I thought it was too quiet to be New York. It was too quiet. Anyways, what we want after that is Flint VOR 116.9. Oh, sorry. And Pullman 112.1. And the last one will be Northbrook 113.0. Just real quick to talk about the approach. The approach will be another procedure turn. There's no stars at Chicago Executive, so we're going to be flying to Northbrook and do our procedure turn. What we might do is we're not going to do the standard one. What we might do, since we're coming from the east, we might do our S and do our racetrack right here. It's nice to do different stuff every time. So that's what we might do. We might hit the VOR, do our turn, and make our racetrack from here. Not just go back outbound and do the procedure turn. We just do the procedure turn right away and come back. But we can talk about that later on. But it's going to be a full procedure if there's no ATC. Okay, so that's that. We're all set. VLOC for now. We have runway heading. Our initial altitude we're going to figure out once we get our clearance. What we can do is, let me just real quick check the, I think it's 2,000 feet or 4,000 something. It's really low. I think it's 3,000 or something like that here, usually when they give you initial climb. Yes, 2,000 feet. Because I remember asking every time that I'm here with the Learjet, I have to ask for higher because 2,000 feet is kind of for this. So we're gonna set 2,000 feet. That will be a quick climb, really quick climb, but we might ask for something better. Well, we'll probably if he gives us 2,000 feet, we're gonna ask for something better. Especially if it doesn't look like he's too busy.
An intentional aircraft, New York approach, ISO sector will be closing in about 5 to 10 minutes.
Oh, he's closing, so beautiful. We'll do whatever we want. So it's going to be a IFR departure, runway heading, runway 06, above 1,000 feet. 1,000 feet above elevation, we are free to turn. We're going to turn left and proceed on course. Intercept our course and proceed.
251 Charlie Victor, you're turning the wrong way.
Oh, there you go. Someone's turning the wrong way. Okay, so test on GPWS. Looks good. Let's do the top first. Lights.
Number 251 Charlie Victor. I can give you suggested headings if you'd like.
Everything's looking good. Transition lights there, good. Test on all the lights, good. Reversers are arming.
251 Charlie Victor.
So looks good. Let's close the door right away. I always close the door after. Well, let's close it right away. So wait just for the lights. Yeah, doors perfect. Off. Yeah, I guess we're good here. We armed the emergency lights. Fuel. Let's just hide here for a second. Yeah, 51. Like full fuselage. Full wing tanks as usual. And 700 and something, 750, 725. 725 if I'm not mistaken. on the tips. Oh, that's a strange siren noise. Anyways, we're good on this side here.
Number 251 Charlie Victor, you're currently lined up for runway 15 right. Would you like to land runway 15 right when 19 or 0 at 10?
There we go. So that's that. We're good. Let's jump to the other side and go finish everything here and go straight to our start our engines and get out of here. Seat belts and no smoking seat belts. Good.
251 Charlie Victor, Roger. Wind still 190
Fire
at
test.
10, runway 24, clear to
Beautiful.
land.
Autopilot and FG, all the lights, they look good. Both sides. Autopilot down here. The jet looks good. Cabin altitude test. Good. Mach test. Good. Stall. Left side. Good. Right side. Good. And the buffeting. Well, we can hear the noise, so. Anti-skid. Outboard. Inboard. And normal. Yeah, we're good. Resetting one more time. Everything else down here looks good. Yaw damper off. Autopilot off. We can turn FD flight director on. We'll turn after we start the engines. Everything else here looks good. We don't need anti-skid and stall warnings right now. We have the calm. We have we're gonna be jumping to 2.8 to UNICOM pretty soon here, unless center picks up. Anyways, we already have the speed set. We have the VORs set. Everything looks good. Bleed's gonna be auto and normal pretty soon. Temperature here right now is, you would have known if it was hot or not, 29. But
251 Charlie Victor, welcome to
okay.
ISLIP. You can exit
Altitude
right on
will
Bravo
be 34.
or whiskey, contact ground 135.3.
Everything else is looking good. I don't know if you should ask for a clearance or not, really. Let's ask him. New York approach, good afternoon. This is Learjet 25 Delta Bravo X-ray Papa at Teterboro. I heard you were just about to close. I'm just wondering, should we bother getting an IFR clearance, or can we just go pretty soon here?
Who's that calling?
Learjet 25 Charlie Delta Bravo X-ray Papa.
Two things. I'm closing and you're out of my airspace, so it's going to be UNICOM 122.8.
Okay, so New York approach doesn't take Teterboro departures?
Not my sector. That's a completely different sector on the other side of N90. It's all the same building, but different controls.
Oh, awesome. No, it's good to know. It's just so I won't bother you guys next time. Okay, so you are on the north or whatever side. Okay, no, good enough. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, and have a good afternoon there.
Yeah, just for next time, I am, if you want to know, the ISP sector of New York approach will cover most of Long Island, except Kennedy and LaGuardia, most of Long Island, some of southern Connecticut, a little bit of Rhode Island, and up to, but not including Montauk Point.
Oh, I see. So that's ISP. Okay, gotcha. Okay, no, yeah, learned now. Now I know. Thank you so much. Okay. So, yeah, let's do our stuff.
Okay, I slip ground taxi parking by a whiskey, good day.
Okay. Anyways, we're good to go then. Let's give her. Making sure idle. Everything's looking good. What else? Parking brake is set. Yeah, everything's looking good. Let's start the engine. Let me just make sure that there's nothing left here. Just 1 second. Talking, that's the issue. Talking, just check the lights. Now everything is looking good. Okay, I think we're good to start. Let's start and taxi right away. Yeah, don't wanna waste too much fuel. Yeah, let's get this going. Okay, 15% roughly. Unlock. There you go. We're good. Right engine. I was keeping an eye on pressure and everything, of course. Yeah, looks good. We're in the green. Okay, just real quick. Turn it off, disconnect. Go inside. Connect our generators. And we're ready to roll. There's one more check here. Just want to make sure this is on normal. Yes. Okay. Yeah, we're good to go.
Kennedy traffic, Giant 1320 Heavy is 8 mile final, VOR 22 left.
So Golf should be right there. Yeah, that's what I was expecting. We're at the end of the apron here, the last FBO, and let's call in and get going. Oh, one thing that we're gonna have to do. I'm just gonna cheat here. It's just easier, quicker to do this. I'm sorry. Teterboro traffic, good afternoon, Learjet 25 Charlie Delta Bravo X-ray Papa. We are at the last FBO here at on the west side. We're gonna be taxiing to holding point Golf runway 06 via Papa. Any traffic inbound Teterboro, please advise Delta Bravo X-ray Papa. Thank you. Parking brake off. Seatbelts on. Taxi lights are on. Everything looks good. So our brake check. We're clear, huh? Yeah. Close enough to 5 knots. Yeah, brakes are working. Let's turn our fan on because it's warm. We don't need this anymore. Flaps 8 for takeoff. It's gonna be a quick taxi. When we are backtracking, we wanna be ready to go. So, other than the pitot, we're just gonna hold on a pitot just because it's warm here. So we made that early call just to make sure that there's no one inbound because we're gonna have to backtrack. And probably they won't be using this runway, but this runway crosses the other one, so it wouldn't be a good idea to be rolling if there's anyone else inbound here. Once we're done with the backtrack, we're gonna roll right away. Teterboro traffic, Learjet 25, Delta Bravo X-ray Papa at Golf. We're gonna be backtracking runway 06. Delta Bravo X-ray Papa, Teterboro. Okay. Entering the runway, strobes on. Double checking flaps, everything else looking good. There's ForeFlight. Let's backtrack quick here, in case someone forgot to make any announcements on the radio. Yeah, next time I'm gonna go back to that FBO. It's much better. There's a taxiway right by the threshold there, so we don't have to backtrack. It is a better First Aviation. There is a better FBO, and it's not as crowded as the other side there. That thing was crowd. Okay, since we don't have to respect anything here, we're just gonna climb. Thought about maintaining the 2000, man. Let's make it easier on ourselves. I would in real life, so we'll just climb, climb, climb. So let's do runway heading. Teterboro traffic, Learjet 25, Delta Bravo X-ray Papa lining up runway 06. We're gonna fly runway heading, climbing to unrestricted climb to fly level 340. But of course, after 1,000 or so above elevation, we're gonna turn left and head towards Chicago. Any traffic, please advise Delta Bravo X-ray Papa, Teterboro. Okay, we're good. Pitot on, steering lock off. Everything's looking good. Let's roll. Hold the brakes. Full power. Release. Airspeed is alive. All gauges are green. We're rolling. V1, rotate. Positive rate, gear up. Reduce power. Trim a little bit. Flaps up. Yaw damper on. Off. Step on. Oh, forgot landing lights. Teterboro traffic, Learjet 25 Delta Bravo X-ray Papa, airborne runway 06, leaving 2,900 to fly level 340. We're flying runway heading, but now we're gonna turn left and proceed on course to Chicago. Any traffic in the area, please advise Delta Bravo X-ray Papa. Thank you. Okay, let's turn left. Can turn the autopilot on. Just so we don't have to deal with it anymore. Turn GPS and let's turn nav lock and begin our turn. Let's go to flight plan and go direct to I don't know, we'll see here. Yeah, let's go direct quoted there. There we go. Now we can just resume our climb. Climb as quick as possible. Well, we're gonna follow what was planned, of course. Set desired track for now. Increase the power. And as you can see, I forgot again to slave the CDI. So that's that. Okay, so we're good. We're rolling. Let's just keep an eye on the speeds. Make sure that everything makes sense here. It's still a little bit warm, but I just don't want to have to deal with it after. We're gonna start climbing now, so we will cool off real quick. If everything looks good, 10,000. Let's turn this off. The gauge is going. Everything's looking good. You have the yaw damper already on. It's hard to see on the light. Yeah. Gear is up. Flaps up. We're clean. One thing, yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's really hard here to judge. Oh, and we're over speeding. That was quick. We had no speed, and all of a sudden we got all this speed going. I didn't have to reverse. It's an early warning, of course, not that the plane's gonna fall apart. What I was going to say, it's really, come on, it's really hard to see when it's between 1/2 and 3/4. Okay, so just one touch more. There we go. Should be good. Yeah, 1 second you take your eyes away this airplane, it's just overspeeds or stalls on you. Anyways, 16,000. We're getting close. 1,000 to go. Let's set standard right away, so we don't have to worry about. Let's turn this landing lights off and hope for some ATC. There we go. This VNAV profile is, yeah. Okay. A little bit of turbulence here, but we should be good. Maintaining our 300 now. We're way past 10,000. A little bit more power. And bring the vertical speed down. Okay, let's now just hope that everything goes as planned, and we have the right amount of fuel, which is basically impossible to actually get a precise number from calculations on the ground to the actual flying. It is really, sometimes you get lucky, gets close to, but to actually guaranteed or fool yourself that you tell yourself that you're gonna get the exact numbers, you're just fooling yourself, because that will never happen. $27 already. Pressurization, everything looks good. Everything is working as expected. And we are off to Chicago. Nice shot of the moon there. So as you can see, the winds are pretty bad. The winds aloft. It's very unfortunate, because this shouldn't have been too much of a long, too long of a flight. But unfortunately, it is what it is. (313). So yeah, at the end, I'm glad that we cut all those waypoints, because now it won't make any difference, really. The variation was 1 degree each way, 1,000 to go, and really wasn't. Let's bring this power back right away. Yeah, it took too long. That wasn't very pleasant. Took too long. Okay, for fuel burn, 1643 for the first hour. We're definitely gonna turn engine sync on for this case, since we really wanna. There you go. Let's do close to 16. Let's not. Let's not try to be. This should yield us 445 knots true airspeed. So we're gonna, once everything settles down, we're gonna take a look and see if it's looking good. Another thing is, let's take a look at runway 16 at Chicago right away, and set our radar altimeter to 284. That will be our decision height for the ILS, 284. There you go. Yeah, at least it's 72 knots, but at least it's a crosswind, so it's not right. But we're getting a hit on the component, right? On the component, we're getting a hit on a headwind here, so that's slowing us down a little bit. From what I remember, it's 35, 37, something like that headwind. So it's quite significant. It's holding us back a little bit. Yeah, guess the power power is good now. We can even take a look just real quick here. Have an idea what's going on. Yeah, 419, 445, but to be honest, those were calculations from yesterday. We're getting 18 headwind now, so this is not bad. Now, according to the plan here, the component, where are we right now? Let me just check here. Going to between Colt and Lake there. The component should have been oh there, no, for this first section it is 18. It's gonna get bad as soon as we reach Yoast, the next the waypoint before the next one there. Okay, so yeah, thought I was a little bit hopeful here that the winds weren't as bad as but no. Yeah. So here you go. Oh yes, I was talking about the live map. Let's see if we can get this live map to work. That will be pretty awesome, especially in these GA flights. Let me see here. Okay, I'm gonna have to open OBS too to make sure that I can see what you guys are seeing. And by the way, thank you so much for watching. I never say that during the stream, it's always at the end. But yeah, if you're watching, I appreciate it. Let's yeah, everything looks stable, right? Everything looks nice. Just gonna give a little bit more power. Oh, too much. There you go. Okay, let's try to figure out what's going on with this map here. Because it should be working. Yeah, since I cannot load live map, you guys can see on the left side there, just above the actual interior inside of the plane, by the corner of the windshield there, there's a black text there that cannot load. I think it's cannot load or something live map. But it's not a connection issue because the overlay is working. So the overlay is taken from the same computer, it's on a network, but the overlay showing the same the overlay is coming from the same source, right? Okay. Yeah, it is. That's the supposed to be the URL for HTTP. Localhost, which is here will be the LAN address. Port is 51011 dash live map live underscore map. So I don't know, maybe if I disable and enable the map. Let's disable the map first, then enable the map. No. Let's create a new source here on a, let's call it test. Okay. Yeah, you guys are seeing. Okay, so let's do HTTP. What's the URL again? What's the address? Let me run IP config here on the other computer. 10.0. Oh no, 51011. 51011 live map. Live map. Okay, let's see if this works. No, see? Cannot get live map, that's what it says. You guys can see on top there. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know because the overlay is working. And so I just don't understand. Why would the overlay work? It's the exact same address. So, and exact same port, if I'm not mistaken. Let me check the overlay. The overlay, the port is 51011. Yeah, it's the exact same thing. It's just live map instead of overlay. And they both come as a web browser, as a browser source on OBS. So if one is working, the other one should be working too, unless there's an issue with the actuals, right? Software and not our setup here. Just gonna, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna copy and paste the address from the overlay to the map. Maybe the address is wrong. Maybe it's not live map anymore, and then forgot to update and just switch to live map. Yeah, cannot get live map. So I don't know. It's definitely not an issue with our setup here. Like I mentioned, or else the overlay wouldn't work either, because it's the exact same setup. Another thing that disappeared again, but I don't remember actually if you had the logo back on or not. Yeah, we got distracted a little bit with all this stuff, but it's okay. I'm just gonna try one more thing here. That would be really nice to have the live map going. Actually, I should check the Discord after to see if someone mentioned anything about the live map. Maybe someone found out what the... Oh yeah. Yes, I knew it. It's a problem with the URL. It's not live map anymore, it's just map. Yeah. I knew it was something because there we go. We have our live map back on. Yeah, I kind of I knew it was something wrong with the I even mentioned it's something wrong with the address. Okay, let's set up a zoom level here. It's gonna be more appropriate for this flight. Yeah, one less. Yeah, that's awesome. Then is amazing. We're back. Live map is back. I bet you guys missed it. It's pretty nice to have the map. And opacity, it looks, it's okay. I'm not gonna, we've always had it like this. That I didn't change. Well, yeah, we got the live map going. That was worth it to spend a little bit of time. Oh, I'll look at the front here. That's pretty cool. It was worth it. Okay, I just need to figure out where we are and what's going on now. But yeah, we got the map. Okay, let's see here. 302. What are you doing? 303. Okay, so here is where the winds are supposed to be bad. So let's take a look. So we're getting a 27 knots headwind for the component here. Yeah, that's what. See, that's why I miss having a 430 with a 530. And we're just past Lima Hotel Yankee 45. And yeah, the component according to our flight plan should be had 30 knots. So yeah, that's pretty close. Still, I'll take the extra 3 knots that we're getting here from 30 to 27. Not gonna complain. So yeah, now with SimToolkitPro we are back. Just wish we had the logo on the top right. I need to find out how to do it. There's a way to actually create your own layout for the overlay. So I really want to put Dan's logo here. I don't think it's fair to use the overlay and not having his logo. He was the one that did everything. So I'll talk to him actually and ask. Anyways, nice to have the map back on. So now I can have an idea where we are and where we're going. I hope it's you can actually see the plane. I'm pretty sure you can on the stream. It's hard to tell on OBS here. I only have a small screen on with the OBS here, but okay. We're doing good. Let's set up our VORs, our radio navigation. So Flint VOR is the next one, 116.9. Let's activate. Yeah, we don't get it. We don't have it yet. Pullman 112.1 will be our next after that. So let's put on nav2. Of course, we won't get it right now. And what we can do is set up for our approach in Chicago. We already have the decision height set. We want 111.9 and the course will be 161, and 113 will be the last waypoint, Northbrook, that we're gonna be using. Yeah, we can leave on nav2. I was just looking to see if it was a better idea to kind of reorganize the VORs, but no, we can leave on nav2. So nav2 will have the last 2 waypoints, the last 2 VORs that we're gonna be tracking, and we're gonna leave on standby 111.9. There we go. And this should take care of the ILS. If the winds stay the way they were when I was doing the flight plan. So that we're gonna have to keep an eye on it. So winds were calm, so we can or they were variable 2 knots. One Teterboro was calm, and one was calm, and the other one was variable 2 knots. So both cases we could do whatever, right? I'm gonna check since we're talking. Yeah, Chicago is calm. Teterboro now actually the winds are not as calm as they were before. That 3 minutes ago, the newer meter here. Yeah, now it's 270 at 6. But Chicago's still good, so no winds reported there. and altimeter is 3003. So pretty good, high pressure. Yeah, it's an actually really good day there. Broke in 7,000, that's it. No winds. Beautiful. So yeah, we're gonna be shooting, if everything stays like this, we're gonna be shooting ILS running wheel 6. So I have the RadNav radio navigation set up, so we're good with that. Once again, there's no seats at Chicago Executive, so we're just gonna do our full procedure here. I might. Nah, it's okay. So yeah, we might do the more common one, just do our S here and turn into a racetrack right away and come back and land. We'll see. Hopefully we'll have ATC there, but last couple of times I think that I flew there where ATC was online, so I've been pretty lucky flying to Chicago. Okay. Yeah, that's it's a nice front coming here. VNAV. Actually, we could have talked about that when we had the plate on. Okay, so VNAV. We should hit the VOR on the procedure turn, descend to 2700, come back, then 2300, and intercept the final approach fix at 2279, 2300. And go down a glide slope, standard 3 degrees. We have our vertical speed depending on our ground speed, and we have our times. Missed approach at the map is at DME 6.2 from Northbrook VOR. So from PAM to map is 4.9, and these are the times. So if we're gonna be doing our 140, which is usually what we like to do, our 140 should take us 2 minutes and 6 seconds. So we time it as soon as we cross PAM. We time 2 minutes and 6 seconds. We know we are hitting our missed approach point. We have to either go missed or land. Make our decision there. And the vertical speed should be 753. For the missed, climb straight 1400, so we can either read here or just go for a very brief explanation. Left turn 2700 direct to Northbrook VOR, and we hold there. For the hold, non-standard left hand turn for that hold, so we're gonna be doing a parallel entry if we are holding here. But judging by the weather, we won't be holding that. But if we have to, straight 1400, turn left 2700, just follow this and follow this, direct to Northbrook VOR, and the hold is a non-standard left-hand turn. So just like a VFR circuit, left-hand turns, a standard. Of course, there's right-hand circuits too. And that's that. That's basically all we need to know. Unless you're circling to land, then you want to take a look on this. If you're using local altimeter setting, of course you are allowed to go lower than if you only have a Chicago O'Hare international altimeter setting. Then of course, since it's not from the local airport, they make you stay a little bit higher just to compensate not having an actual local altimeter setting. So yeah, in case the glide slope is out and we're flying a localizer only, of course, same thing, we won't be able to go as low as precision approach, as low as the ILS, but I don't think we're gonna have this issue today. At least there was nothing anywhere saying that the ILS was a US. Okay, so all that, and we didn't talk about the altitude. So we have an MSA of 3400 if you're coming in between 270 and 360, or 2600. Since we have to hit the VOR and go down to 2700, from 3400 to 2700, it's nothing. So we can say we want 3400 by the VOR for our VNAV. That should be good enough, because we have lots of time to lose 700 feet. So really not big of a deal, not too much of a big deal here. So yeah, let's set up to be 3400 by the VOR, and this should be good enough. We have to set up our approach too, and just to confirm that this should be good enough, we can come here and take a look at this MSAs, and you can see that there's nothing high here at all, nowhere around, anywhere near, nothing. This is the highest on 4.9 here. But yeah, so we are safe, very safe to go down to 3400 here, since we are not going to be flying an airway anymore. So right, or else we could use airway, the informations on the airways. But yeah, the sector altitude should be more than enough for us. So yeah, so we're safe to go 3400 below, not below, 5 miles before the VOR, like with the standard 5 miles that we do. Okay, so let's set up this right away, VNAV. Oh, sorry. 3400 before we need to set the approach. I forgot that I didn't set approach. So ILS 6 with the procedure turn. Yes, guidance only. VNAV 34 before. There you go. And 21, yes. Okay, flight plan. Let's delete our airport here. Okay, and we can delete one of the OBKs. We're probably gonna have to redo the VNAV, but that's okay. Oh no, he got the next one. So 53 minutes to our top of descent, and 1 hour and 10 to our destination. Weather is pretty good. So after Fargan here, which is our next waypoint, there's absolutely no areas of active turbulence, icing, thunderstorms, absolutely nothing. It's all clear on the map. We're just about to leave an area of turbulence between flight level 260 and 420. It is active, but we're just about to leave, and it's light turbulence. I don't see any pilot reports or anything. Along the way. Other than one just like way in Pennsylvania. which was what, 47 minutes ago. Let's see. Time 17:18. Flight level 60. Type PA32, so it's a Piper Cherokee. Broke in 6,300. Top 7,000. Turbulence light. Okay. But it wasn't even close to where we were flying. So we should be good, and that's it. And once we're just about to get out of all this area with active weather, and other than that, it will be just a smooth breeze. Other than the winds, it's really too bad that the winds are not cooperating this time. There's another pilot report just close to Chicago. That's a Cirrus SR-20. And oh, that's the same guy, yeah. Okay. No icing, no turbulence. Turbulence negative, icing negative. Sky clear. Temperatures -12. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. $16:45. What time was this? Oh, I see what happened. Someone, a Cessna 172, filed a pilot report giving scattered 4,500 at 16:45. So like that 20 minutes before, and then he went and 20 minutes after filed another pilot report saying that the sky was clear. I see. So that's what was going on. I was just looking and say, why did he file a report when there's nothing wrong? And then I saw there was an earlier report there in the same area. It was a Cessna 172, just like 25 minutes earlier. I see. So he was just being nice, and those are very important actually. These pilot reports are more important than any prediction or anything else, because that's someone that is actually seeing what's going on, and it's actually there flying. They're very valuable. It's too bad that there are not many people bother to do it. It's not a question of bothering. People are afraid to file pilot reports. They're afraid that they don't know the exact. They think there is a formula that ATC, right? There is. If you read on the books, there's not a formula, but there's the proper order, and there's the information that ATC wants you to know to optimize. But if you're GA, he is not expecting you to, like, if you call them, say, you know what, I'm here, I can see, he will translate that into the proper format for you. It is too bad that even that even though they love when pilots leave reports, you don't see them advertising and encouraging people to do it. And they really don't get mad if you don't give it the proper professional way, especially if you're a GA. They're not expecting that GA private pilot guys know, right? It's nice, but they will take the pilot report for sure. It's something that it is amazing, and it helps everybody, from the small guy flying the 150 to the big guy flying the 47. Especially if it's icing. Especially if it's icing. So yeah. Anyways, $46. Let's take a look at our fuel consumption here. That's that's the most important thing right now. We're looking good, actually. I'm just looking, we're at 1,000 pounds more, which is our extra 1,000 pounds. So hopefully what we want is to be arriving there. Let me check on my scratch pad here. Let's see. Actually, there's no need to do calculations. Why make things harder? That's what we want. 1 hour reserve. That's what I was looking for. So if we're gonna arrive with 17, that means we'll be 9,500 roughly pounds. So just real quick, looking at the table for our landing distance, 9,500 pounds. What's the density altitude right now at in Chicago? 23. That's what it's killing. It's the density altitude. Yeah, we need 5,000, 40, like 49. It all depends because I have to. So it was 500 feet for every 5. So 4,800 feet we need. $4,800 feet we need. 4,850 to be more precise. That's all we need. And as we saw before, the runway is 5,001 feet. So yeah, so we're good. We're good. Like we don't have much room to. Of course, we can't brake hard because nothing's gonna happen, right? Nobody's gonna complain, and we're not gonna damage the plane. But we're gonna try to, right? But we could slam on a brake, and it's just we wouldn't have been doing that in real life. So I think this is Indiana Center. Yes, it is. Just showed up online here. It's too bad that we won't be flying anywhere near Indiana. $284. We should be over Canada right now. Yes, we are. There we go. So we are over Ontario. And everything's looking good, including the including the fuel prediction. It's not exactly what I was predicting. I was hoping that we were gonna be burning a little bit more, but we are still in a range. As long as the weather stays like this, and I mean the destination, Chicago's weather, then we should be good. Yeah, I don't even mind burning a little bit more because, yeah, it will be nice. The more we burn now, the better it will be for us. Of course, there's a point that we don't want to burn too much either, right? But we have a little bit of a cushion there, 700 pounds of fuel. We just took off too quick. It was a quick taxi and a quick from start to taxi. It was just too quick. Didn't compensate for a little bit of time to get everything set up and burn a little bit of fuel on the ground. But it is okay. We're still good, and that's what it matters. We should be able to land there with not too many issues. And I'm glad that it's not that it matters too much, but it's nice that it's an ILS and we're gonna have the glide slope too, so we don't waste too much runway, right? And just keep in mind that this number that I'm saying, 4,000, this is what the runway needs to be. It's not how much we actually need. So if I say 4,800 feet, it's not that we are gonna be using 4,800 feet, but the runway needs to be at least 4,800 feet. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but those numbers are taking consideration the actual flare and everything. It's not the minimum that we need to actually land, so it's not that we are, right? We need way less than that, but that's compensating the hitting 1,000-foot mark and all that stuff. So it's not that we have to come low and touch the threshold and no, it's not that. Because we're gonna land there because I thought it was going to be much shorter than that, like much tighter than that. It's not. We won't be stopping at the edge of the threshold on the other side just because we're 200 feet above the minimum. It's not the runway itself. It's not how much we need to land. It's how much the runway needs to be for us to safely land. There's a big difference in that. Usually some of the planes, and I know the Falcon does, because they usually give the both numbers. So they will give one number and give you right beside the other number. So how much you're actually gonna need and how much the runway has to be. how long the runway has to be. So they give you both numbers, and of course you want to follow how long the runway has to be, and not try to squeeze your number that you actually gonna need in a runway, right? Because that's not gonna work. Because one mistake that you make, that's it. 50 feet that you flared a little bit too much, that would be it if you're tight, right? And you would have to touch down on the threshold. You wouldn't be able to follow the 3 degrees glide slope, for example, on an ILS. You would have to touch down below the glide slope, because the glide slope is gonna bring you to nicely to flare roughly at 1,000 foot mark, right? The glide slope it's not calibrated for you to shoot the approach and touch down the threshold on the numbers. You aim for the numbers, but you touch down ahead. Okay. Check VNav again. 34 minutes. And 51 minutes for till we reach Chicago. Now with the moving map there, you guys can easily identify, have an idea where we are. And of course we had the overlay, we had the times too, but the live map is a nice, gives a nice touch. Don't think we're gonna be seeing anyone inbound the executive. Be very surprised, to be honest, if we see anyone there. I've never seen anyone there of all the times that I've been there. We got nav 1. Let's identify right away. So nav 1 should be Pullman. No, it's not Pullman. It's the one before. Flint. Yes, we're good with that. So already identified the first VOR. The next one will be Pullman on nav 2. So fuel is good, everything's looking good. I have nothing left on the right and left tip tanks. About 900 on each wing, and a fuselage is of course still full. We haven't touched it yet. For a total of 3,100 roughly pounds are still left in tanks. We've burned 2,040. 288. There we go. Just to the left of an airport that's gonna see a release soon. which is pretty exciting. London, Ontario. FSIM Studios that has been doing amazing Canadian airports. They're planning on it's on their list of upcoming airports, together with a remake of Calgary. So we're still gonna be using the old Calgary once we reach there. It's gonna take a while, I think. They said that they're gonna have to. Calgary is a much older airport that they have. So I think of the active airports that they have for sale, Calgary is probably the oldest one. I'm not even sure if Calgary is still for sale or anymore, or not anymore. I know they pulled a bunch of the older stuff away, especially now that they have their agreement with Orbix and they're selling their airports at Orbix. If you don't have anything for FSIM Studios, you should check it out. They have Kelowna, BC, and Edmonton, Alberta available, just north of Calgary. Yeah, amazing, very good airports. And they announced that they are gonna be doing Vancouver finally. Gonna be able to stop using FS Dream Team's Vancouver from 1965. And London, Ontario, and a remake of Calgary. They also have Quebec City, Jean Lesage, very nice airport, but it's not. I don't remember seeing on Orbix, but they still sell at their shop, at their website, FSIM Studios, and it might still be available at Sim Market too. Not too sure. Quebec, but it's definitely not at Orbix. I'm pretty sure Orbix is just Edmonton and Kelowna, the two latest ones. Really nice airports. Very nice, really nice team behind all those airports. It's nice to see Canada being represented. And oh yeah, Vancouver. It would be so nice to have a decent Vancouver. Not decent. Not gonna complain with FS Dream Teams. Just extremely old. Nothing makes sense in that airport anymore. And it is a major airport. It is too bad that. But that's to be said about almost every FS Dream Team airport. When they release, it's nice, it's amazing, but they never touch it again. So that's too bad. And of course, now that we left Boston. Oh no, we wouldn't have. Yeah, no, we wouldn't have hit Boston. I was going to say, now that we left Boston, Boston's online. No, but we wouldn't have, actually. I thought we were going up enough to hit Boston, but no. It's to Boston and Indianapolis online for centers, but none of them are going to do anything for us, unfortunately. Still in the hopes that Chicago will come up online in the next half an hour or so, hopefully. And we have NAV2 now. That will be Pullman 112.1. Yeah, and that's a good one. So we got both VORs ident. We're still doing good. Winds are pretty strong. Let's see what's the component here. 48 headwind. Yeah, that sounds about right. What we had for the flight plan was where are we? See, I need another unit. Just inbound twigs there. 54 was the predicted on our calculated on our flight plan. 54 headwind. So yeah, 43 minutes to go. Probably roughly 20 to the top of the descent. Yeah, 26. When we are in between, inside the 10 minutes mark, we're gonna switch the direct track, the desired track, for the VSR, vertical speed required. We have a reading on our DME here. That's for nav 1, which is actually our first VOR. So 10 minutes. And that would be Flint, and the next one, Pullman, is not much longer after. Yeah, it's been pretty calm and really nice flying so far. Like I said, other than the wind, but this plane has lots of power. It would have been bad if we were on a Piper Cherokee, but here, really, if we need to push it, we could, right? Just that we could have calculated to go faster and just carry more fuel, because our constraint wasn't the fuel quantity, it's fuel burn. That's what I'm concerned about. So we could have done that too, to go a little bit faster, just punch it through this headwind here, but what I forgot to actually look, we have been looking into the winds, but I haven't paid attention to airspeed. Yeah, so he's saying 427, and we were planning 444, 445. Just checking the prediction again for fuel. Yeah, 1690. Roughly 1 hour. Which is more than enough to get us to Midway. Chicago Midway if we need. It's only 10 minutes, I think. I can check here. 9 minutes, yes. We will be flying at 7,000 feet. If we go to Chicago Midway. $289. Yeah, not much traffic around. It's being pretty quiet. It's Monday anyways, so all the frenzy on the weekend is over. Sorry I couldn't stream on the weekend. Weekend is the best time, of course, but it's a little bit more complicated during on the weekend for me. I do when I can. I try my best to do it, because I know it's way more exciting for you watching too. And it's more exciting. It's nicer for me too, right? To have company, knowing there's lots of people around and more centers, more ATC online too throughout the day. I had plans to do all the last 3 legs on the week on Saturday and Sunday, and still maybe do the first leg of the Falcon. But yeah, I ended up not doing whatsoever a single flight, not even without streaming. I didn't touch the simulator at all. So I apologize for that. Okay, we entered Michigan. I'm pretty sure this is who's taking care of this. This has to be. This has to be still Cleveland, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's Cleveland. Okay. It's hard sometimes to find the name of the FIR. On the map here. Let me check something in this. Hopefully this won't crash. Crash. Yeah, we're just north of Detroit. I was just looking at the map. Just had something that I avoid doing. And just wanted to make sure that it was Cleveland. Just out of curiosity that it was Cleveland here, and it is, yes. And next one will be Chicago, between DeWitt and Haste waypoints. So 35 to go, 19 for our top of descent. Yeah, we're getting there. Still only Boston and Indianapolis centers online. Oh, and Boston just disappeared, but I think it's just because of our range here. Usually in Boston, New York, those places go online. They stay online for quite a while. And he just connected, I don't know, 20 minutes ago. Finding it hard to believe that he's disconnecting. It's just because of our range here. We're moving further away from his area there. Toronto approach was online too, but of course we don't need to talk to them. Yeah, but Toronto's online. And that's basically it around us here. Just now Indianapolis Center and Toronto approach, with Toronto 8 as Pearson's 8 is online. That's all. It is a little bit early for the East Coast there too. Still. It's only 2:40 p.m. And I believe Chicago here is 1 hour behind. So it's in between me here and the east. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure Chicago is 1 hour behind New York. So it is pretty early in the afternoon, really. Okay, that's Flint Viewer up ahead. We're gonna be turning left. Should be heading off 268. We'll see. Around 268, 265, 262. There we go. So after Flint now we should be we're gonna track Pullman VR. It's not the next waypoint, but it's our next VR. And then Northbrook, which is our last one. It's our last waypoint on our flight. And it's our initial approach fix too for the ILS. Still have half an hour, but I'm gonna do a check here. Yeah, what time is it? It's 18:42. So we still have a few minutes, 20 minutes for a new meter. It is too bad because we will be arriving in half an hour or so. So it's gonna be right when we are arriving there. What we should do is make a call, since we are half an hour from the airport. Chicago Executive, good afternoon. Learjet 25 Charlie Delta Bravo X-Ray Papa inbound for landing. We are right now 30 minutes east of the field, inbound for landing. We should we're planning for the ILS runway runway 16, and it's gonna be a full procedure from the VOR for Delta Bravo X-Ray Papa. Right now we're cruising at flight level 340. Any traffic inbound Chicago Executive or the Chicago area, please advise Delta Bravo X-Ray Papa. Thank you. I don't think there's anyone inbound Chicago Executive or Midway or O'Hare or anything. But especially Executive, so we should be fine. Minutes for VNAV. Since it's a long stretch here, we are good to set up to our VSR. So we set for 2100 feet per minute, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, 2100. It's a good number. We've been getting a nice descents using 2100. I switched to Nav 2 so we can track getting a DME from the second VOR, from Pullman VOR, since we're past Flint already. So 12 minutes to Pullman, and then we're gonna be tracking our last VOR, which is gonna be Northbrook on 113.0. That will be on Nav 2. And we have, just to confirm, 111.9 for the ILS runway 16. And the course will be 161. So pretty easy to remember. Runway 1616. What we can set is our approach speeds, our VREF. VREF will be 112. So something like that. And we're gonna approach at 140, 130. In between there, what we usually do. Six minutes to go. Just double checking, make sure everything looks good here. We're just gonna have to set up our cabin altitude. So we're going down to 3400, and the airport elevation is 647. Yeah, everything's looking good. The H valve, it looks like it's yeah, we can bring this down a little bit more. Everything else is looking good. There's Lake Michigan right in front of us. Pretty impressive, looks like the ocean. Yeah, it's clearing up here as we were expecting. It's pretty nice, nice day. The temperatures in Chicago, let me check here, just out of curiosity. It is plus 27 degrees Celsius, so really nice. There's a ForeFlight giving us the ATIS for Chicago Executive. Unfortunately, we don't have it online. And we're just about to get a new meter for Chicago Executive. So hopefully we'll get this 260. Hopefully we get this. We'll get this before our top of this. Not that it matters. It doesn't matter. So we are 3 minutes to go. Let's bring this down to our 500, 600. Put it in between here is good enough. Engine, everything's looking good. Oxygen, everything. We set the cabin. It's auto, normal. Have fan on, still going. We could have turned that off. I bet it's not as warm inside anymore. But now we'll leave it on. Doesn't matter. Yeah, we're good to go. 2,800, almost 2,900 pounds burned. We still have 22, roughly 23. So we wanna burn at least 1,000 more, hopefully, until we get to Chicago. So let's keep the engine running on our descent. Of course, respecting the speed, but let's try to burn a little bit. We can always jettison. It works. This is actually simulated, so we can always jettison some fuel if you want. It's a perfect place here, just over Lake Michigan. But we'll just burn fuel. Chicago Executive traffic, the Learjet 25 Delta Bravo X-Ray Papa. We are roughly 18 minutes east of the field on Juliet 94. We're going to be flying ILS runway 16 full procedure from Northbrook VOR. And we are right now cruising at flight level 340. We're going to start a descent in a minute or so to 3,400. Any traffic inbound Chicago Executive or the area, please advise Delta Bravo X-Ray Papa. Thank you. Okay, 1 minute. We're gonna start. There you go. There's our message. Approaching VNAV. 1 minute to go. So let's start. Oh, perfect. And we want let's put 22. Oh, this was 22. It's hard to tell. Okay, let's go down. Make sure the pressurization is moving, everything is looking good. Yeah, cabin is going down. So this is looking good, differential is still okay. Let's try turning a stab and wing heat off. Let's see what happens with the temperature. It might cool down a little bit, but by the time it actually gets close to the blue, will be low enough that it's gonna be the air is gonna be warm, so we don't have to activate anymore. It's just a test. Let's see. So we want to maintain 300 max. So we will keep keep the power on and manage with the power on, so we can keep burning fuel. We're not paying for it, so it's all good. So like I said, regarding the approach, we can either take control and not allow the GPS to oh, that's, I hate when this happens. Come on. Yeah. And I have the knee board. It's so hard to get the keyboard here and the knee board at the same time on the leg. Okay. So we can let the GPS fly this procedure turn, or we can do our own procedure turn. But then we cannot fly the GPS. We're gonna have to set our headings and everything, or hand fly the plane. We'll see. The speeds are getting a little bit too crazy there, so let's just bring it down a touch. Let's flip right away for the ILS, for the localizer, 111.9. Turn the engine sync off right away too. We can keep on for a little bit longer, but we have to turn it off for the approach. So since we are not too much concerned with the fuel burn anymore, getting too precise on a fuel burn, let's switch this to nav 1, so we have the when it gets time to shoot the approach, we get a DME from the localizer. Yeah, it's going well. 300. Still maintaining our 21, 22, and needing 2000. Stable, 2000, 2050. So yeah, it's going really well. Yeah, that's really nice. It's going really well. Someone. Yeah, 3,000 pounds burned, and we want 4,000 pounds. So which we won't be able to burn another 900, but the more we burn now, the better it is. Bring the power down a little bit more again. We're starting to go too fast. So 20,000, getting close to 20,000. Landing lights on, and we're gonna set no smoking and seatbelts on. Yeah, and then the temperature I think is gonna work at 20,000, and we still have a little bit there. There you go, 3002. What we can do is, let me check the new weather info. Variable 5 knots, so it's still variable. We can choose whatever we want. 3002 is altimeter at executive, so we're gonna keep 3002. Let's reduce our vertical speed here. Even if we have to add a little bit of power, since we want to burn a little bit more, that'll be good. We have a low fuel warning, so we're gonna transfer right away from the fuselage, and that should extinct the light. Yeah. So we have 1,300 pounds of fuel in the fuselage tank. Almost at our 12,000 mark, where we can reduce the speed even more, below 75%. Not that we are wanting this time, but everything else still looking good. Oh, it was just the overspeed because of the 14,000 feet. Bird strike warning. We cannot exceed 306 knots below 14,000. That's a bird strike warning. That's not an overspeed warning. It was a nice descent here. it worked pretty well, and we were able to maintain like a decent power too on the descent. And we're gonna make a call once we're inbound the VOR. We're right at the threshold there. Oh, come on, let us go. Two 5-4. Chicago Executive Traffic, Learjet 25 Delta Bravo X-Ray Papa. Right now leaving 9,000 to 3,400. We're just east of the field, inbound Northbrook VOR for the ILS runway 16 full procedure for Delta Bravo X-Ray Papa. Any traffic inbound Chicago Executive or in the area, please advise Delta Bravo X-Ray Papa. Thank you. So yeah, let's maintain the speed, even though we should be doing 250. Just so we can burn a little bit more. And I think we got the ILS, the localizer. Yes, there we go. We're good to go. A little bit bumpy here over the water. A hot day, sunny day. That's to be expected. Yeah, I don't think there's any traffic here, so we don't. We're good. Let's slow down now. too much far past 70%. It's really hard to, I was trying to be precise and getting 70%. Yeah, that's looking good. So outbound should be 341, inbound 161. Yeah, kind of regret we should have done our manual. Since there's no traffic, there's nothing. We don't have to deal with ATC or nothing. It's calm and now nice and calm. We should have. Chicago Executive Traffic, Learjet 25, Delta Bravo X-Ray Papa VOR outbound for the ILS runway 16 full procedure. Delta Bravo X-Ray Papa, Chicago Executive. Let's give a little bit of power because we're gonna have to extend the flaps pretty soon, and that's gonna slow us down. So we're gonna maintain 3,400 here, going outbound on the VOR. Once we start our procedure turn, which is gonna be 026 outbound, 206 inbound, we're gonna descend and we're gonna lose 700 feet to 2,700. And that's gonna be our final approach fix intercept altitude, as you guys can see right here. So we're gonna maintain our 3,400 on the procedure turn, descent to 27, coming back here, another step down to 2,300, and then the final approach fix. So yeah, 026, 341 on the outbound here to 161, 206 inbound, and intercept 161. Okay, we need to go. There's no time now. Even though the GPS is running, we have to keep setting the bugs and everything. Chicago Executive, Learjet 25, Delta Bravo X-Ray Papa, procedure turn outbound for the ILS runway 16, Delta Bravo X-Ray Papa, Chicago Executive. Flaps 8. And we don't want to go further than this arc here on our procedure turn. And we're gonna set 161 right away here on our CDI. Chicago Executive, Delta Bravo X-Ray Papa, procedure turn inbound, ILS runway 16, Delta Bravo X-Ray Papa, Chicago Executive. There you go. So deactivated VLOC. Push approach mode so we can intercept the localizer. It's moving and we are turning. GPS now, it's guidance only. We have the glide slope here too. The indication already. Chicago Executive, Learjet 25 Delta Bravo X-Ray Papa, established on the localizer, runway 16, Delta Bravo X-Ray Papa, Chicago Executive. Okay. Any checklist? Just want to make sure that everything looks good here. Everything is armed. Everything looks nice. We are clearing ourselves here to land. And that's that. Panel, everything is looking good. We just need the gear down and the last notch of flaps here. There's what I presume to be the runway. Don't be confused with the VOR here, which is offset. We don't want to follow the VOR line anymore. We could go down to 23. Really doesn't matter.
Radio check. For traffic, Giant 1319 definitely Sierra 1, down to, on Alpha down to rotate for runway 28 right departing.
There you go. I'll just maintain our 140. Chicago Executive, Learjet 25, Delta Bravo X-Ray Papa, 5 miles final, ILS 16, Delta Bravo X-Ray Papa, Chicago Executive. Okay, our missed approach altitude will be 2700. So, just quick final checks. Everything's looking good. Yeah, let's take over. Oh, I had to step on a pedal. Upset the plane a little bit. Just adjust myself here. So autopilot's off.
Don't sink.
Well, that's
Don't
our
sink.
GPWS always complaining. So it's going off. Chicago in the background there. reverse. See, it's not that we're gonna be extremely short. I haven't even applied any brakes. We're just rolling and reversers. I just want to show how it doesn't mean that that's all we have for runway. It means that that's what they want published on a runway. It's not what we're actually gonna need to stop. Okay, that's enough. See, talking too much. I kept the reversers on. We're gonna go back now. Okay, we stopped. We stopped. Okay, where do you want to exit here? They have FBO on both sides. Of course, it's an executive airport. There's lots of hangars and FBOs and everything. Let's just leave to the left here, I guess. No, which way is that? Yeah, let's go there, by that Cessna there, or maybe that guy there. That's runway 2416 that I wanted to avoid, but now it's too late. Yeah, let's go to southwest hangars there, which is what those ones are called. Just wanted to demonstrate that it's not that we were in a like tight. Just because the numbers were tight doesn't mean that that's all we need that whole extension, that whole length to land. So I might as well go all the way to Lima 5 here. Do we have to cross anything on Lima 4? No. Okay, let's exit Lima 4. Okay, bringing the flaps back up. That's the electric trim. Chicago Executive, Learjet 25 Delta Bravo X-ray Papa, clear runway 16 at Lima 4, and we're just gonna be taxiing up ahead to southwest hangars. Delta Bravo X-ray Papa, Chicago Executive. Thank you. So this is it. Another one in the books. Let's find a spot. Here's a bunch of cars. I didn't think we're gonna see all these cars here. Well, now we're gonna have to squeeze in there. We're gonna go to the left. We're gonna end up hitting something here, but unless we go to the other one there, it's just gonna be easier to taxi. Yeah, no, there's a run. We have to cross runway 0624. Yeah, I don't want to do that. I don't know if there's anyone coming here or not. We're just gonna squeeze behind and looks like an BMW X. Oh no, I think it's a Volkswagen. I'm not too sure. I'm gonna squeeze in between the 172 here and the other Lear here. I don't mind the lights. Yeah, it's not a good spot. So we're gonna run over that thing there just so we can turn around. Sorry about that. Let's apply a little bit of left engine here and differential braking. Just want to make sure that we are not hitting the. That's not gonna look nice if we're hitting the. No, we're not. Okay, good. Just go left, right a little bit, and then straight for a little bit, and we're good. Okay, parking brake can go on right away. Okay, so this is it. 3,667 pounds of fuel. We won at 41. We won 4th. thousand, so only 400 pounds less than left more than we wanted to leave in the tanks, but that's okay. Let's shut this down right away. No point not talking here, the engines are running. Everything that we don't need goes off. Bring this back to manual. Stand by. Okay, ADF we don't need. And we can turn the radios off. There's no ETC for us to say goodbye to. Okay, inverters off. Everything else is off. We can ask for our chocks and everything. There we go. So there it is. Another flight. Another step closer to home. There's another 25 there. Another step closer to Calgary. We only need now 2 more flights. We're gonna keep going westbound, flying westbound in the US. Our next destination will be the last destination in the US, and then we're just gonna fly northwest to Calgary. We might fly to Airdrie. We'll see. Might have a surprise and I'll fly to Calgary and fly to actually Airdrie. But we'll see. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for the support. It really means a lot. If you have any comments, questions, requests, anything, please leave a message in the comment section. I'll be more than happy to read and address the situation if needed. In the meantime, stay safe, enjoy your weekend, day or night, depending on when you're watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much, and bye-bye.